In the shadowed valleys of ancient Israel, where the wind whispers secrets older than time itself, a storm gathers on the horizon. The land, weary and broken under the weight of Midianite oppression, trembles beneath the cruelty of invaders who sweep through like locusts, consuming all hope. The people cry out to the Lord, their prayers echoing across the jagged cliffs and desolate plains, beseeching deliverance. And yet, amidst the despair, a single voice rises, a voice that the Almighty will call to ignite a chain of events destined to alter the fate of a nation. This is Gideon, a man of hidden valor, hiding in the winepress, threshing wheat in fear, unknown to even himself as the chosen instrument of divine justice. Can you imagine the tension of a hero who does not yet know his own strength? Standing on the precipice of destiny, Judges 6:12 pierces the heart with a revelation as the angel of the Lord appears, proclaiming, "The Lord is with you, mighty warrior." Mighty? Gideon, shivering, questions his own courage. Mighty, he who hides in shadows, unsure of the path. And yet the Lord's words are not mere encouragement, they are a summons. Every whisper of wind, every trembling leaf becomes a herald of the battle that will soon consume the plains. The oppressive darkness that has blanketed the land for years begins to shudder at the mere presence of divine intervention, hinting at the unimaginable force about to awaken. As the darkness of oppression coils tighter, Gideon is commanded to assemble an army. Yet the Lord speaks of a number far smaller than any human strategy would suggest. This is where faith will clash with fear. Can courage thrive in scarcity? Can the few topple the many when guided by the hand of God? Consider your own trials. Have you ever felt overwhelmed by forces beyond comprehension, standing alone yet sensing an unseen presence guiding your steps? This is the crucible of Gideon's journey, the moment when the ordinary confronts the extraordinary, and the ordinary man must rise into legend. Comment below your reflections. How would you respond if chosen for a mission beyond your understanding? Would fear paralyze you, or would faith ignite your courage? And as the first hints of dawn creep over the horizon, the camera of imagination sweeps across the trembling campfires of Israel, capturing the unease, the whispered prayers, and the glimmer of hope that pierces the oppressive gloom, promising that even in the shadow of overwhelming darkness, the spark of divine purpose can never be extinguished. Subscribe now, activate notifications, and share this journey with others, because what Gideon faces is not just history. It is a timeless mirror of the struggles and triumphs that echo within each of us, waiting to be awakened. As the first rays of dawn illuminate the trembling hills of Israel, Gideon stands before the Lord's command, his heart a tumultuous storm of doubt and awe. The call to muster an army has been given, yet the number demanded is incomprehensibly small. Too many, says the Lord, lest Israel boast that their own strength has saved them. Judges 7:2. The words echo like thunder in Gideon's mind. The air is thick with anticipation. The earth itself seems to hold its breath, watching as the ordinary man steps toward an extraordinary fate. Every step toward the camp of warriors is a step into the unknown, a descent into a crucible of faith. Here, God's strategy defies human logic, challenging the heart to relinquish reliance on numbers, weapons, and earthly might. Can the weak, when chosen by divine providence, achieve what the mighty cannot? The spies whisper, the soldiers murmur. Yet Gideon moves silently, guided by a force unseen but undeniable. The tension is a living entity, crawling along the stone paths, brushing against the wheat, vibrating through the air. And then comes the test, a sifting of warriors, not by skill nor by valor, but by their manner of drinking water. The waters of the river become a stage of judgment, each movement scrutinized by a divine eye. Those who lap the water with their hands, those who kneel and drink deeply, are counted and sifted as one might separate gold from gravel. It is a scene both mundane and extraordinary. Ordinary actions infused with cosmic significance. Imagine the river, glowing faintly with neon-infused sunlight, the ripples catching dust particles in Renaissance-like illumination. Every stone a testament to the sovereignty of God. Every drop of water reflecting hope and fear intertwined. Comment below. Have you ever felt tested in ways that seemed small yet carried enormous consequences? The suspense grows as Gideon watches the numbers shrink, the army dwindling until only 300 remain, the fewest to face the countless Midianites. Every man is a vessel of divine purpose, each heartbeat echoing the rhythm of heaven. And in this narrowing, a paradox unfolds. Strength is revealed not in multitude, but in faith, obedience, and divine guidance. The looming shadows of the enemy army stretch across the valley. Yet Gideon is no longer just a man trembling in the shadows. He is a conduit of the Almighty's will. Standing on the threshold where fear meets destiny, the wind whispers through the grass, carrying the unspoken promise of deliverance. Subscribe now, turn on notifications, and share this revelation with others, because the unfolding of Gideon's triumph is not only a tale of the past, but a living testament of courage, faith, and the miraculous ways the Lord can turn scarcity into unstoppable victory. Night descends upon the valley like a velvet shroud, thick and suffocating, carrying whispers of fear, doubt, and anticipation. The 300 chosen warriors lie scattered in the shadows, each heartbeat a drum of expectancy, every breath a prayer mingled with the scent of dust, sweat, and the faint metallic tang of looming conflict. Gideon walks among them, the weight of divine responsibility pressing on his shoulders, yet his figure is cloaked in shadow, almost swallowed by the darkness itself. The Midianite camp looms across the plain, its fires flickering like a constellation of threats, and the oppressive silence of the night is punctuated only by distant whispers of restless wind and the faint crackle of flames. The scene is surreal, a river of shadow and neon merging with the glow of torchlight. Renaissance textures casting impossible shapes upon the stone and soil, every detail heightened as if the night itself is alive, watching, judging. Judges 7:16 whispers through the annals of time, "Arise, for the Lord has delivered the host of Midian into your hand." But how can one internalize such a promise when the mind trembles and the senses scream of overwhelming odds? Here the supernatural tension manifests visually, shadows stretch unnaturally. Every flicker of torchlight becomes a symbol of hope and dread intertwined. Every whisper of wind a herald of divine orchestration. Gideon arms his men with trumpets, torches hidden within clay jars, instruments that will transform ordinary objects into weapons of judgment. Every detail is meticulously prepared, as though the very night conspires with heaven to choreograph the coming miracle. Comment below. Have you ever felt the stillness before a storm? When silence becomes heavier than any noise, the valley holds its breath, the air dense with anticipation and the weight of destiny. In this darkness, ordinary men become vessels of a divine narrative, ordinary implements transfigured by faith into instruments of cosmic significance. As Gideon surveys his army, the sense of vulnerability is absolute, yet intertwined with the knowledge that obedience can render the impossible inevitable. Every flickering shadow hints at the chaos yet to unfold. Every shimmer of neon-infused moonlight painting the landscape with eerie beauty, a chiaroscuro of mortal fragility and divine promise. Subscribe now, turn on notifications, and share this vision, because tomorrow, the ordinary will confront the unstoppable, and the unfolding of Gideon's triumph will echo across time, reminding all who witness it that faith, courage, and obedience can bend reality itself to the will of the Almighty. As the first fragile light of dawn seeps into the valley, the air trembles with anticipation, dense with the weight of imminent confrontation. Gideon stands at the forefront of his 300, ordinary men transformed into instruments of divine justice, their silhouettes outlined by the neon-infused sunrise mingling with warm Renaissance U. The Midianite army, countless and imposing, stretches across the horizon, their fires flickering like stars of menace in the prelude of chaos. Every heartbeat echoes like a drum of destiny, every breath a hymn of faith, as the Lord's command reverberates. Arise, for I have delivered them into your hands. Judges 7:16. The ordinary has become extraordinary. The weak are now carriers of unstoppable purpose. The night's shadows still linger, dancing across the valley floor, interlacing with the neon glow and painting every stone and crest of wheat in a chiaroscuro of fear and hope. Gideon raises his trumpet, and at that instant the world seems to pause. The clay jars are shattered, torches ignite, and the sound pierces the air, an eruption of sound and light that fractures the enemy's confidence. The Midianites, confronted with the impossible, are thrown into chaos as God's strategy unfolds with precision, beyond human comprehension. The valley transforms into a theater of divine orchestration. Flames flare, shadows twist, and the echo of trumpets resonates like a celestial decree. Ordinary men move with an otherworldly rhythm, fear replaced by faith, hesitation replaced by obedience. Every action, every sound, every flicker of flame becomes an instrument of miraculous judgment, a tangible proof that the hand of the Almighty guides even the smallest details toward victory. Comment below. Have you ever witnessed or experienced moments when the improbable became reality through faith and courage? The battle is both chaotic and choreographed, a symphony of divine power overwhelming human expectation. As dawn breaks fully, the Midianite army is routed. Scattered by confusion and terror, the impossible made manifest. Gideon and his 300 emerge victorious, not by strength or number, but by faith, obedience, and divine orchestration. The valley, now quiet, glows in the neon-tinted morning light, a testament to the miraculous and the eternal truth that the Almighty's power can transform the meek into conquerors. Subscribe now, turn on notifications, and share this vision, because Gideon's triumph is not merely a historical event. It is an eternal lesson, a narrative of courage and faith that echoes across generations, reminding all who witness it that with divine guidance, even the impossible bends to the will of the Lord.